All right, what's going on, y'all? Just felt like making a little quick video. It's felt like ranting. Just I was in one of those ranting moods. Um, I'm actually just getting off of work. Well, I'm not just getting off. It's actually like 1:45 p.m. right now. I actually got off at like 7 a.m. But I ended up having a class. I had to do my sled recertification this morning via Zoom, so I had to do that at like 10. That was like a 4 to 6 hour class, so I'm just now getting done with that, or just about done with it. And now I got home. I just got back home again, so I had to drive home. So, man, I've been pretty busy lately. I ain't gonna lie. Like I've been working a lot. I basically went back and got another second job again, just to kind of add a little bit, help me save. Um, for the stuff that I'm trying to save up for. So I really been just just working really. I'm really just trying to make some stuff happen, man. I just feel like I'm just behind right now. I feel like I kind of wasted a lot of time. A lot. I can't say I wasted time, but I just feel like I was supposed to be a whole lot farther along with my plans and my goals and stuff like that. So like right now, I'm really just trying to like lock back in and really just go ahead and do what I said I was going to do, and just basically just make it happen. Which, like I said, I have been doing that, but it just seems like I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of stuff that I be doing, it just takes a long time, which is normal actually to some extent because, big changes they take time. But I do also kind of feel like just certain things in the way that I did it, I allowed myself to get distracted and kind of off path with what I was actually, manifesting. I got distracted and I went off course of what really what I was trying to make happen. So I'm really just like I said, just locking in and just like fuck it. I'm working 7 days a week if I can until I'm on the road basically. It's just I'm just tired of kind of. I really haven't been playing games, but it's they know they're saying that they say how does it go when you want it as bad as you want to breathe, then that's so. I'm not trying to like at the same time like preach like this super hustler mentality, but I'm tired of feeling stuck. I never meant to be back here on this land for that long. It's free, and I actually like it. It's very comfortable back here. I got my own little space, but at the end of the day, like it's not my yard. And again, I didn't plan on kind of being back here that long. The whole idea of this camper, this RV was to travel, and I kind of decided to save expenses. I wanted to kind of backtrack and retract and basically get a fully motorized camper or RV. So that's taking more time for me to save, and because I had to trade this one in and then get the bank to finance me. So I'm saving up a down payment. I'm also, basically trying to improve my credit within like a 3 to 4 month, um, you know, uh, stretch. Trying to pay a little bit extra per month on this camper right here. So when I do trade it in, the payments will, won't be so, high basically, because all they do is basically add the balance at the trading value. Of what you owed on it onto your next vehicle or RV. So I'm trying to pay this down. I'm like I said, I'm trying to pay extra on it, and I'm trying to also use that to basically improve my credit score because sometimes you pay it down quicker, you pay extra, it looks better on your credit. Um, um, yeah, so stuff like that, and then too, like income, income that banks are very income based. So I'm trying to get, hence is why I, got the second job for right now, and I'm working basically as much overtime as my job will let me, like every day if I can. And with that, hopefully, I can get this loan. With that and a bigger down payment down on something, bank should give me something that I want as far as like that I can get approved for or financed for with that rating. So it's just a lot going on, but you gotta this is what you gotta do. You gotta, if you don't know, you gotta figure it out, and you gotta do what it takes to make reality happen or whatever. So that's basically like what I've been doing here. So like you know, really, I'm not going to be really like doing too much. I haven't even really been able to go to the skate park that much lately because I've been working so much, which I hate. But I'm like, okay, it's just temporary, so it's cool, it's fine. This is just temporary. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's just a season right now, basically. I was gonna try to get to the gym, actually the gym and the skate park today. After I take a nap. I gotta take a nap and get some rest. The skate park doesn't close till 9, so I should have time. Hopefully, I just gotta get some rest, and then after that, I might actually be picking up a shift tonight for overtime. I'm off today and tomorrow, but my supervisor called me, and he was like, he might need me to work somewhere tonight if I want to. So more than likely, I'll be doing that tonight too. So overtime, like I said, I'm working whenever they call me in. They need somebody to come, work a site. Like I'm there. That's how much I'm working right now. So, clearly I'm putting the work in. Getting the money up so I can, make this shit happen. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, though, I just want to make this quick video. I wanted to talk about, man, spirituality and how I feel about it now. Like I still am. I'll consider myself a spiritual person, I guess, in a sense, but at the same time too, like really think about like what is spirituality. Like I feel like people like spirituality, the idea is a concept. It's a concept of something that can neither be proven or disproven. But I feel like so many people, and I'm guilty of this too, and I probably still am at some point. At some time, I probably still am at times. This is why I'm even making this video, because I'm basically calling out myself and everybody and everything about spirituality. Not saying that it's nothing necessarily that it's wrong. I'm just saying that spirituality, it's a concept. It is a I feel like it's an egotistical trap in a sense, like just like every other like everything else. Basically, spirituality is like people that believe in in a very dogmatic, very presumptuous things about religion, and they don't look any deeper. I feel like spirituality can be like that too. And I'm not saying that spirituality and religion don't have many positive aspects to them, because they do. But I also at the same time too believe that they are basically just boxes. They're particular ways of seeing things, and again, there's truths in these boxes. They are definitely truths in them, and conceptual truths. But one thing I realized the deeper I went into spirituality is, for me personally, me really being in, I guess you could say what you can label as spirituality, metaphysics, and all this kind of stuff. The deeper you go into it, the deeper you go into it. And I guess what people would call enlightenment, if you're really, really honest about it, you realize that the more you okay, so like it's almost like the more you know, the more you find out, the more you realize you don't know nothing. A lot of people like to make it seem like when they experience enlightenment, like they found something. They found that, like they found something at the end of their journey of spirituality. Like enlightenment is basically realizing that there was nothing to find. That you were looking for something And basically that something doesn't even exist because nothing really exists. And nothing is truly knowable. Nothing is truly definable. And so basically, you basically went down this path of enlightenment just to find out that I don't really know shit. I never really did know shit. And I might not ever know shit. Everything that I thought or think I've known up until this point, I've basically seen that was all basically just, um, they were ideas, they were beliefs, they were thoughts. And while you believe things, they can be true, or you can make them true even. But when you reach true enlightenment, you realize everything that you've experienced uh, up until this point was basically either like a belief system, a pattern of behaviors, an illusion of your ego. Like it was all just shit that you was thinking, thought, believed, just consciously or unconsciously. But you arrived to that ultimate place of all that shit was never even you. It was just programs playing in the background, ultimately molding and shaping your reality and perception of reality and your beliefs about reality. You know, and how you and your ego fit into that reality, which is kind of the same thing, or another way of saying that. So, you know, I just see so many people in spirituality that it's almost annoying to me now. In the sense of people that consider themselves spiritual, a lot of them have this narrative of like, we're so different, we're so spiritual, we're so enlightened, we're so high vibrational and different and unique. And people kind of walk around here with this kind of snobbish arrogance, and what I call like the spiritual, this, I guess you can call it what they would perceive as like spiritual swag, maybe, or something. Like they're just so high vibrational and nothing can't bring them down because they're on this high frequency. And it's like, that's cool, that's great, that's really wonderful. But I feel like you can go on this spirituality thing and get into all these beliefs and stuff like that and forget the most important thing is that you're just a human living. You're just a human being living. You're just a human being living, going through life, experiencing the ups and downs and dealing with it the best that you can. But then it's like spirituality practices come along and, books come out and they say like anyone that's acting like this is they're low vibrational and, you don't want to be around them and they're toxic. Basically, they're bad people. They'll drain you. They're energy vampires. They're manipulators. They're, all these things. And again, these things do exist and these kind of people do exist. I'm not saying that at all. But it's like spirituality gets people analyzing people so much to where they forget the basic truth that they're just human beings living in an experience or living the illusion of being a human being. And that so are you. And that all these things that I'm basically calling them out for is they're being, as whether it's low vibrational or negative or, toxic. And like we all are like that sometimes. Like it has nothing to do with being low vibrational and, like, again, there are people that can make you feel bad by how they treat you. But then it's just like, it gets to a point to where I just feel like people start to, again, overanalyze and overjudge people for simply just going through life and being human and, dealing with things the best that they can sometimes, And I feel like a lot of things about spirituality, because it gets into this categorizing people as low vibrational, high vibrational, positive, negative. Do you have trauma? Do you not have trauma? Have you done shadow work? Have you not? Of course you've done shadow work, but healing is not a thing that you do and it's over. You never really heal. You just learn how to deal with stuff that's happening in your life. This whole idea of healing trauma and then you're done, I think that's bullshit too. Because as long as you live life, trauma, good and bad, is going to come. Good and bad don't stop. So you can't, every time something hurts you or traumatizes you, it's going to hurt you and traumatize you right now. Like, it's the past. Yes, the past and the future are an illusion, but that experience, as long as it happens, you have to learn how to deal with it right now. So you never really get, you never complete healing. You never really complete healing, or you never really complete shadow work, or you never really can, complete, you know, um, growth and evolution. It's just something that's always happening right now. This idea of reaching some point of being healed and, not having any trauma or nothing that happened to you affects you. It's just like, again, this is a spiritual idea. This is a people, they hear these things and they think, oh, it really works like that. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. There's no ending to any of this. This is a never ending fractal infinite spiral of eternity. This is not a ever really a finished process. It just keeps kind of going and transforming and evolving into something more complex. So like, even us, like, none of us are ever really going to be like fully enlightened, or, what I'm saying, because it's always changing form and shape and getting different perspectives from what it understands and can perceive right now. So like, this idea of, reaching this point of doneness, ding, I'm spiritual now, I'm enlightened now, or I'm ascended now, or I'm positive now, or I'm high vibrational now, or I've healed all my trauma now. It's like, yeah, but life's going to keep lifing. Like, existence is going to keep existing. Like, eternal is going to keep eternitying. It's, can I even say that? But that's what it is, though. So like, you know, again, I really can't like put this right, but I just feel like this whole spiritual thing, it's beautiful, but at the same time too, I feel like it has this limit because, again, like, people get so stuck on categorizing everything once you get to a certain, perception or, awareness. I get it. I feel like we all go through it. I've gone through it. I even do it sometimes too. But it's like, and this comes back to like even the idea of like, how people see me. Some people see me as positive, some see me as negative. I'm at the point now where I just don't give a fuck. It's not my job to get you to understand me, and like, however you see me, it's just like, what the hell does it have to do with anything in my life? I used to feel like I had to prove to people that I was positive or I wasn't negative, or I'm like, I don't gotta prove shit to nobody. However I am is however I am. Because this is life. This idea that you have to always be, speaking positivity is, it's great, it's wonderful, but like, I understand at the same time too, like, life, that's not what life actually is. And sometimes I'm going to be negative, and sometimes I'm going to be low vibrational, and I'm not going to have anything good to say to anybody because I'm just going through life. I'm just dealing with it the best that I can. I'm not going to have anything good to say about shit. But then sometimes I'm going to feel great, and I'm going to, speak, positive things and life into everything in every moment and get energy out. But I don't have this expectation or like this quality, the standard of, oh, I have to always be like that to be considered spiritual or, ascended or, high vibrational or truly awakened. Like, I don't believe that. I believe that I can be ascended, awakened, enlightened, so to speak, enlightened and all this kind of shit, and still live and recognize that I'm still living life and I'm dealing with shit the best that I can, while still having that higher knowledge of, universal truth and law, while still understanding that. I don't have to make it seem like, oh, because I know these things, like, I'm always going to be high vibration. Like, no, that's absolutely not the case, because that actually doesn't happen. If it did, everybody that learned this and found this stuff out will be walking around here, like that. You know what I'm saying? Life don't stop lifing because you know something or think you know something. Life gonna keep lifing. That's all I'm saying. So like, this whole idea of spirituality and, you know, having to make myself feel like I have to, you know, um, you know, kind of like always be a certain kind of way so spiritual people think that I'm spiritual and don't think I'm negative. It's just like, man, fuck all that. Like, I get it. I understand what y'all are saying. And again, there is a lot of truths in that. In, categorizing people as, high vibrational, low vibrational, positive, negative, mature, whatever the fuck. There is truths in that. But it is not the entirety, though. It is a way to look at things, but it is not the only way to see things, and it is not the only lens of perception to go by to determine how you should move through existence or life or your life, reality. It's not the be all end all. There are perspectives outside of that perspective that are also just as relevant as that perspective. This is what I've come to know myself now. And while I still do respect those perspectives and very much do go by a lot of their concepts and philosophies still, it's not my sole way of moving through reality and existence. It's more of like a another reference guide I can use. It's like another method I can use to kind of, find my path and, walk my path in my way, you know. But ultimately, it comes down to me and what I truly believe and what I know for myself in my experience of my lifetime. So anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. I hope y'all have a good one, and until next time, later.